Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Tuesday morning, a coffee kind of morning, as always. Um, After my father passed away late January, I kind of got away from contests. Not that I was against them; I loved them, and I just felt at the time it was a lot of work, and I was going through a bunch of crap and didn't need um, to take the time to be involved in them. And again, nothing against them. I think they're a fantastic idea. It's part of the vinyl community. It should be part of the vinyl community. But lately, I've been entering a few contests. A lot of fun doing it. I missed it actually, and so I thought I'd have my own, which is a first in 6-8 months, I guess. I was watching a documentary yesterday on Netflix. Really, really good documentary called Count Me In. It's a documentary about drummers, male and female drummers. Some fantastic female drummers out there. But it was really inspirational. I mean, the message that they were portraying was inspirational. Basically, don't give up. If you have a dream, don't give up, whatever that dream is. And you know, especially the female drummers, where they were pitted against the male attitude of you're a female, you can't drum, and just beat the crap out of the drums. And got some cool people in there, and it's really, really good documentary. So it gave me an idea for a contest. We talk a lot, I do anyway, about the guitar solos, the guitar riffs, the lyrics, the vocalists. Not too much about the drumming style. So I thought I'd say, show 3 to 5 of your favorite drummers, and what makes them your favorite drummer. It's called Keep the Beat. It's a subscriber push contest. I'm not looking for any particular number, just trying to push my subscribers. And obviously the normal rules apply. Must be a subscriber. Please let me know that you've submitted an entry, so I can count you in and make sure that you're in the draw. And if I've taken some of the drummers that you're choosing, that's okay. Just tell me why that you like the drummers that you've chosen. I've chosen 5, again 3 to 5, and I'm looking forward to hearing about. Obviously, there's thousands of drummers out there. What makes them some of your favorite drummers? Again, check out that documentary as well. Count Me In. It's really, really good. I was really impressed by it, and again, the inspirational message at the end of it was good, or even all the way through, and how they started, with the pots and pans stuff. And I had no clue about drumming whatsoever. I know what it is, obviously, and I know what it does, and but to set me behind a drum set would be sacrilegious for sure. But I'll show you the drummers I chose. One for sure was in the documentary, which was a cool entry. I was wishing there were more ones in there, but there were some pretty cool drummers highlighted in that documentary. So, and I just picked out an album. I didn't pick out all the albums from these bands, but I just picked out one particular album. And I'm not talking about the album, I'm talking about the drummer on the album. But John Bonham from Led Zeppelin, probably one of the best drummers of all time in the rock era. Just a beast of a drummer. He had a distinctive style that without him, Zeppelin wouldn't be, for sure. He was influenced by jazz greats like Gene Krupa and Buddy Rich. and took what he knew from those guys and put it into the rock music, and Zeppelin's awesome tracks. He'd play along with Jimmy Page, Page's riffs, which kind of was unheard of. It made their sound bigger than it actually was. He had hands of steel. It just crash and burn as far as the drumming style. It was just amazing, amazing stuff. Heavy, heavy, heavy drumming. Rolling Stones ranked John Bonham as the best drummer of all time, which I totally agree. He sounded like he had two bass drums when he really only had one. And his amazing techniques made him sound larger than life. Just remarkable, remarkable stuff. Really, really good drummer. And again, any track he played on, whether it was a soft beat to the heaviest beat ever, it was his driving rhythm that made Zeppelin the way they sounded. Just amazing stuff. This guy was featured in the video yesterday. Mr. Keith Moon. It was he was a wild man. Unfortunately, Keith Moon was destined for destruction. He admitted it, his friends admitted it, but the mark he made in music was unheard of, was never matched. People would try to match his style. There's one guy in the video, in the documentary, that does a pretty good job of it. But it was his, as he was playing, his facial expressions, his body expressions enticed the crowd. And that was unheard of. Where Ringo Starr, of course, I love Ringo. I didn't include him in this, but more than welcome to you guys. You know, he was 15 feet back from the band. Keith Moon was front and center. He was the centerpiece of the band, and people had focus on him. And the way he played, his style, it looked unraveled, but at the same time he kept his beat. Just remarkable. Again, he had a destructive nature, and that destructive nature went into his drumming as well. But again, made a huge impact in rock music, and he raised the Who to a supergroup status just in his playing. It seemed like he was playing with no organized method, and his wild style and erratic playing, it would work though. He'd fill in when he needed to fill in. He filled so much space with his playing, and he played like four drummers. It was just remarkable, his performance. And again, his facial expressions, depending on the phrase of the song, he would make a different expression. His body movements were different based on the song itself, and he just moved the song along, not only with his playing, but his expressions. And no one did that or does that today. Just remarkable, remarkable stuff. And Keith Moon, just amazing, amazing, unfortunately short-lived artist, but amazing stuff. One of my favorite bands, you know, I had to throw some Canadian influences in here, but not only Canadian, international. Mr. Neil Peart, just a drummer's drummer for sure. And again, I know nothing about drumming, but I just know what I see of him. When Rush started out, they had an original drummer, John Rutsey, and they had a Led Zeppelin style sound, straight ahead rock and roll, heavy riffs, just remarkable. And John Rutsey, of course, wouldn't last too long. He wasn't in the best of health, and just before their tour, he decided against touring. so they were in need of a drummer. And they looked and looked and looked and searched, and then this tall, lanky guy came in with this small drum kit, smaller than he needed to be compared to what he was playing later on. But he just blew their mind as far as his skill, as far as his technique. Just remarkable, remarkable stuff. And he changed the band into this progressive rock, operatic opus of a band that influenced, and his playing influenced so many people. He put the drums in the spotlight, of course, with three players at the top of their game right from the beginning. I mean, Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson, legendary players in their own right. And with the addition of Neil Peart, he just emphasized the drumming style. And his drums were a stage in their own. If you see pictures of his drum set or seen them live, it's huge. It just takes up its own space. He had a way of improvising and adding iconic fills, musical opus on his own, as I said. His solos were amazing pieces, and he influenced players like Mike Portnoy of Dream Theater, and Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters, and Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Chad Smith was actually in the documentary yesterday as well. And Lars Ulrich from Metallica. All respected and loved Neil Peart. And for someone that didn't enjoy the spotlight, he was very shy, didn't like to talk to the crowd, didn't like to introduce to fans. He was front and center and the mainstay as far as Rush, and gave Rush that sound that everyone grew to love. Of course, his writing style was another aspect of his talent as well. It's just remarkable stuff. Next, I'm going to use this big box set as an example. Mr. Bill Ward from Black Sabbath. I love this, by the way. One of the hardest working drummers, I feel. Along with bassist Geezer Butler, he was responsible. Bill Ward was responsible for Black Sabbath's heavy sound and dark sound that the fans would grow to love. He had a perfect mix of fill and technique, hard and heavy, and again, when you see him on stage, one of the hardest working drummers ever. I can't imagine drumming for 2-3 hours at the pace that he drummed at. Any one of these drummers drummed at. Just remarkable. Again, another one that improvised on his solos, and he played with raw power. He'd put his head down and thrash like a maniac on fire, but it would be precise when he did it. One of my favorite players from one of my favorite bands. And it's unfortunate again that the rifts between members of Black Sabbath ended up in Bill Ward eventually leaving. But at the time, and those iconic albums that they put out, his drumming style is just so unique, so unique. And finally, my favorite band ever, excluding the Beatles, but my favorite band ever has been from the start, Mr. Ian Pace from Deep Purple, the only original member of Deep Purple from the beginning, from 1968. Everyone has kind of come and gone, new members added, but he's been the original. His speed, his power, awesome technique, and his style has just driven Deep Purple to what they are and have been for centuries. Not centuries, they've been around for about 50 years, I guess. But the deep tracks are some of the best tracks. His kicking power, he can put down a shuffle, which he can lead into a percussion opus with tons of fills. He's got super fast kick work, not double kick like a heavy metal, but just fast kick work. Jazz was a big influence on Ian Pace as well. You can hear that in songs like Lazy. Again, just remarkable stuff. And again, one of my favorite drummers in Ian Pace. You can just see him in the back there. But there you have it. There's my contest. Sorry. Show me 3 to 5 of your favorite drummers. Tell me why. It doesn't have to be a lengthy thing. As I say, I'm up to like 15 minutes in 5 drummers. But just explain what you like about it. And chance to win a $40 Amazon gift card. And good luck to everyone that's entered. And if you're new to my channel, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. I greatly appreciate it. I want to continue to put great content out there to be informative and to show you guys some great bands and artists that I have in my collection. It's because of you guys, your likes, your subscriptions, your wonderful, wonderful comments. They keep me going, keep me motivated to do this kind of thing, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I look forward to everyone's videos, and have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. Bye now.